Hello, and thank you for joining Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated and Grow with Google for our Launch Your Business with Customer Focused Marketing workshop. We're excited to share some tips on how to have a strong customer focused marketing strategies to reach your audience and turn them into loyal customers. In this workshop, you'll learn how to create a compelling brand, define your audience, convert customers, and build loyalty and advocacy. My name is Beverly Smith, National President and CEO for Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Delta Sigma Theta is an organization of college educated women committed to the mission of constructive development of its members and to public service with a primary focus on the Black community. With over 350,000 initiated women in 161 chapters, inclusive of 15 international chapters, there's no doubt that our outreach is wide in support of our mission. Our vision statement during my term is to amplify the joy in our sisterhood, the power in our voice, and the service in our heart. Throughout our 108-year history of our illustrious sisterhood, we've sought to ensure the empowerment of our communities, and this partnership with Google is yet another way to achieve our goal. We're very pleased to partner with Grow with Google's Black Women Lead Initiative to help provide digital training for over 100,000 Black women by 2022. Now that's empowerment at its best. Most importantly, thank you for spending your time with us today. I hope you'll take the tools you'll learn today and continue to aid you in the next step of your journey. Take care.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Launch Your Business with Customer Focused Marketing workshop, hosted by Grow with Google and Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. We're so excited to have you join us today. Grow with Google's Black Women Lead initiative was designed with you in mind. In partnership with our 7 women focused organizations, we're training 100,000 Black women on digital skills to assist with finding jobs, growing careers, and building leadership skills. I'm Taylor, a Detroit native, Howard University grad, and 5-year Googler currently working in executive internal communications, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. And I'm joined by my amazing co-facilitator.
Hello, everyone. My name is Leslie, and I'm joining you from sunny Denver, Colorado. I am a 4-year Googler and a product support manager on Google Drive, as well as a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
And today, we're going to talk with you about the basics for customer focused marketing that will help you launch a successful business. We want to make sure this is as helpful as possible, so please be sure to post your questions to the chat and we'll do our best to get to all of them. And don't forget to post and share on social using the hashtag #GrowWithGoogle. Finally, you also have the option to turn on closed captions to follow along. To do so, click the closed caption button directly on the video player on your screen. Now, let's get started.
In this workshop, you'll learn why marketing is so important. We'll introduce the customer journey and explain how your marketing can influence who does business with you. You'll learn how to reach prospective customers and build awareness of your brand, as well as how to engage your customers during their decision-making process to influence their consideration. You'll also learn the methods of conversion to increase the likelihood of purchase and how to sustain customer loyalty and encourage brand advocacy. Along the way, I'll have questions for you. Please use the chat feature for your answers and to pose any questions you have. So let's start by talking about what marketing is and why the customer journey is a key element. Great marketers don't make stuff, they make meaning. This quote by marketing guru Seth Godin gets to the heart of the matter. The job of marketing is to make your products and overall brand meaningful for customers. That's what creates a customer base that is loyal to your brand, choosing your products over others. But how does that begin? Meet Shallon Thomas and Sharika Winter, the founders of a business called TW Tote. Shallon couldn't find a professional way to carry his lunch to work. He tried a paper bag, a plastic bag, and even a Velcro neoprene mail bag. None of them reflected his style. He looked for a professional lunch bag online and he couldn't find anything he was looking for at a reasonable price point. So he decided to take matters into his own hands and TW Tote was born. The image on the screen shows Shalyn and Sharika holding a few of their totes. Like most new entrepreneurs, Shalyn and Sharika started out with passion and a great idea. They had a design and engineering skill background and could build a product people wanted, but they didn't know much about marketing. Many of their decisions were based upon gut instinct. That was a great start. They identified and created a product that met a real need. But Shalyn and Sharika didn't know how to make their products meaningful for their customers. They soon realized they needed to be great at marketing too. They needed to establish a brand that would reach more customers, sell more products, and build loyalty. Pictured on the screen are Shalyn and Sharika looking at one of their products and color samples. How many of you already have a business idea? Type one in the chat if you have an idea, or two if you're still thinking about it.
At its core, marketing is an ongoing effort to create meaning for your customers. And it answers questions like, why should customers buy from your company? What's in it for them? What makes your product, service, or company great? And why should they listen to your advice? What's your backstory? These are the things that storytelling answers by helping to infuse meaning into your products and brand because it connects customers with your business on an emotional level. When customers buy from you, then you really want them to feel good about their purchases. So your marketing should be working to build a relationship with them, develop trust with them, and establish credibility so your customers continue to buy from you. Staying in touch with them throughout the customer journey will help you think of them first. So, what's the customer journey? Well, it's the sum of experiences that customers go through when they're interacting with a brand. Awareness is the first phase, and that's when a potential customer discovers you, maybe through word of mouth, a Google search, or maybe an ad. Next, they move into the consideration phase. This is when customers are weighing their options and deciding whether they'll buy from you or a competitor, whether they'll buy your type of product or something similar, or whether they'll even buy it all. If the customer decides to buy from you, then they move into the purchase phase. And this is when they may buy one thing or many things over a lifetime, which is what we want. And that brings me to the final phase, which is advocacy. This is when customers are so thrilled with their purchase and experience that they actually recommend you and your business to others. Your job as a marketer is to get to that advocacy phase and to influence your customers at every phase in the customer journey. At the awareness phase, your marketing is focused on reaching your customers where they are so that they're aware of your brand. During the consideration phase, your marketing is all about engaging your customers by answering questions and building relationships. In the purchase phase, your marketing is focused on influencing your leads and converting them into actual paying customers. The last step is to sustain contact with those customers who had a good experience so that you can build loyalty and turn them into advocates. At every phase of the customer journey, you have the opportunity to persuade them to move forward with you. The better your marketing, the greater the influence, and the longer the journey. So, what phase of the customer journey do you need help with the most with marketing? Type 1 for awareness, 2 for consideration, 3 for purchase, and 4 for advocacy.
Now, let's talk about the first phase and how you reach your customers and build awareness of your brand. The customer journey may begin when someone needs something, and of course, they turn to a Google search. Awareness could also be triggered through word of mouth, advertising, trade show marketing, or other types of communication. No matter how your customers find you, they'll likely continue their research by searching for your business online. To reach prospective customers, you first need to understand who they are so you know how to reach them. Start by identifying who needs your products, then build a brand that sparks their interest. Once you've defined your ideal market and built a solid brand, get your business online. Let's talk about each of those concepts in more detail. When it comes to identifying your customers, it's good to think about whose problems you want to solve. Who will want the products? What type of brand experience will they desire? Understanding exactly who your prospective customer is will guide your marketing. Your brand and products may be useful to just about anybody. But if you don't focus on your most likely customers, you'll spread your message and your money too thin. which we definitely don't want. Market segmentation helps you narrow in. You can start with demographic segmentation, which includes things like age, gender, ethnicity, religion, income, and education level. You also want to know about their interests, values, personality, and lifestyle. These are psychographics. Geographics are location based information, like what size and density of region or neighborhood they live in what language they speak, and even the climate where they live. Lastly, behavioral segmentation involves understanding the frequency of your customers' purchases, their usage of your products, and their level of loyalty. Pictured on screen is a marketing image for TW Tote with models holding their bags. Creating customer personas can give you a real picture of who you're trying to reach. Naming them and associating a photo are common marketing practices. Consider this customer persona. Metro Michaela is in her mid 30s, female, single, and lives alone in a large city. She's college educated and has a mid level management job in the fashion industry. Michaela likes to have friends over to cook and drink wine. She dreams of traveling, but spends most of her time in the city, shopping at local boutiques and farmers markets. How would you market a product to Metro Michaela? Think about how you would influence Michaela along the customer journey. What channels would you use to reach her? What type of imagery or words or tone of voice would appeal to her? What type of product attributes would be important to her? Pictured on screen is a Black woman who looks to be in her mid 30s, dressed fashionably and smiling. Type some of your answers in the chat.
Once you identify your customers, it's time to create a brand that appeals to them. Your brand's message, tone, and voice help to communicate what your brand is about, how it relates to your customers, and how it aligns to their values. These shared values and ideals create the basis of your brand. So, before you choose a logo or colors, you really need to define the values and ideals of your brand. TW Tote positions itself as a luxury but approachable brand, and the founders really wanted their products to be accessible while still meeting high standards for quality and style. They use these characteristics to describe who they are, what they want, and how they want to be perceived. And their values can be written into a brand positioning statement. The brand positioning statement establishes the foundation for your marketing efforts. Your brand positioning statement is also considered your guiding light. It can be used externally in your marketing, and it should include the customers you serve, basically your audience, what you offer and how it addresses your customers' needs, how you're the best at what you do, or what I like to call your unique value proposition, and lastly, your brand promise or mission. Brand positioning statements need to be brief, they need to be clear, and they definitely need to be memorable. Good branding creates a cohesive, powerful experience for your customers, and it begins here with your brand positioning statement. Here's an example from TW Tote to help you out. For working professionals who need a stylish and functional lunch bag, TW Tote provides fashionable, insulated, vegan leather totes because everyone deserves a luxurious and functional lunch bag the entire family can use. So that's theirs. But once you've defined your prospective customers and designed a brand that speaks to them and gotten your brand positioning statement, it's time to actually get your business online. Building your own website ensures that you'll have an online presence and it's your property. So you have full control over the content. You can change and customize it as your business grows, and it can even be optimized for search engines to help people find you, which is what we want. Google, of course, offers many ways to get your business online, and they even have a free business profile that you can create. The business profile displays critical business information to searchers across Google Search and Maps, and it's optimized for different devices. This doesn't replace a website, but it definitely can help you stand out in search results and drive potential customers to your website. Creating a business profile actually helps you control the details Google displays, like your business hours, your contact information, store locations, photos, videos, and even more. The tool even has built in marketing features that help you communicate with your customers throughout the customer journey. So, if you're interested, you can find out more by visiting google.com/business.
Once customers discover your brand, some move into the next phase of the customer journey: consideration. Here, you can guide customers through the process of evaluating your brand, engaging and influencing them to learn more about you. During the consideration phase, customers are deciding whether or not they want to do business with you. They're evaluating your brand compared to other choices and gathering information to help them decide what or if to buy. Your marketing strategy is to provide answers to their questions and other details to help them in their evaluation. To learn about your customers, listen and don't make assumptions. Determine their pain points. The better you understand those needs, the better you can create solutions and communicate them. Shalyn and Sharika at TW Tote discovered that their customers loved their lunch bags, but also needed different types of totes for a variety of other uses. You can address the challenges your potential customers have with your particular industry, products, or with your brand specifically. Analyzing what customers are searching for will give you insight into what they want and need. By listening and learning, you can figure out how to best serve your customers through your products and your content. On screen is a product shot of one of TW Tote's bags. Once you know what your customer is looking for, it's time to give them what they want. The shift from listening to communicating begins when you share content that educates them and inspires them. Your customers most likely don't know half of what you know about your industry and even less about your specific brand and products. When you can teach them, when you can demonstrate and instruct them, this really assists in building that rapport. Engage with customers by giving them valuable information that provides your credible source of information about your industry. Content that builds trust by sharing your expertise, and content that's relatable and likable. This type of communication isn't about promoting your product specifically. It's about offering information that helps them with their research, essentially trading value for their attention. Pictured on screen is a marketing image for TW Tote. You can share content, words, photos, videos through many different channels. You don't have to be on all of them, but you do have to have the opportunity to reach different audiences in different ways through different channels. Think of each of these channels as a means to share your content, your own marketing mix, if you will, to grab their attention, and the place where your customer likes to spend time and learn. TW Tote has a YouTube channel with a commercial style videos talking about their product features. They also showcase special offers on social media and their blog. There are a lot of choices. Choose channels based on where your customers spend time and what best delivers the content that you're sharing. Ultimately, you want to drive traffic back to your website and share content directly on your site. If you have a business profile on Google, you can use the posts feature to share content that links back to your site. Find out more at google.com/business. Whatever you can dream up that's interesting, entertaining, and educational to your prospective customers, stuff that's useful to them and not necessarily about you, will engage them on these channels and help them evaluate you further. I know it sounds like a lot to ask. Just remember that you're sharing this content to attract them to your site and trade the value you provide for them for their attention. Pictured on screen is a Facebook post for TW Tote featuring the luminous lunch tote in blue. No one wants to feel like they're being sold to. That's what scares so many businesses away from marketing. But as long as your marketing is customer focused and appropriate at each phase of the journey, you're actually sharing, not selling. Provide opportunities for your customers to evaluate your brand, products through your own content. One page on TW Tote's website describes how their products are made and what makes them special. You can do this with an FAQ page on your website or a comparison spec sheet to understand your different packages. Create demo videos and educational webinars that help your customers evaluate your brand. Sampling and free trials are also ways to help customers decide whether or not to buy. Encourage people to sign up for your email list. Through email, you can segment your audience and send personalized communications that continue nurturing your customers' relationships during the consideration phase and lead to conversion for those who are ready. Pictured on screen is the How It's Made page on the TW Tote website, which describes the materials used to make the totes and why. Communicating in this way with your prospective customers help develop a relationship built on trust, credibility, and likability. These are things you earn by putting in the work we've talked about so far. Beyond sharing great content, you also need to spend the time solving their problems, even the ones that come up before they become a paying customer. You can influence their consideration by having conversations, answering questions, and helping your customers evaluate you. Marketing during the consideration phase can be long and takes patience, but having a consistent, constant strategy and dedication to engaging your customers through a variety of channels will solidify a relationship that lasts. Pictured on screen is a photo of one of TW Tote's inventory.
Now, let's talk about the purchase phase. Once your marketing has addressed the awareness and consideration phases of the customer journey, this is where we turn leads and prospects into paying customers, which is what we want. So, to convert customers, you need to figure out which leads are most likely to become customers and focus your marketing efforts there. To do this, we'll identify the key customer actions that lead to conversions. Then we'll share the right marketing messages and calls to action to encourage a purchase. Lastly, you'll convert more customers when you streamline the purchase process and make it easy for them to check out or convert. So, how do you know where customers are in their journey? Well, you look at their actions. Certain actions signal that they're more likely to convert. These actions may vary, of course, depending on your business, but some common ones are signing up for an email list, completing a form like to request a quote, downloading content like a brochure or watching a video, signing up for a trial, downloading your app, scheduling a consultation, or placing a product in their online shopping cart, but then leaving the site before making a purchase. It's important to remember these key actions won't all be online. For example, with Wicked Good Cupcakes, a key action could be visits to the cupcake truck offering samples. Once you've identified customers ready to make a purchase, it's time to share content and calls to action designed to convert them. Your conversion efforts could include a discount or a special deal like buy one, get one free, or an exclusive offer with a more of a VIP feel. You could also send an invitation to special content like a webinar or an event, or include customer testimonials that'll share more about your brand or product. Think about what else you could offer as a value added service like free shipping or a free tutorial or something with a product specialist. We've talked a lot about what you should do to convert customers. Now, let's look at a tool that can help you accomplish it. Of course, Google has one. So, Google Analytics is a free tool that can help you identify key customer actions that happen on your website. It allows you to connect to a dashboard that measures information and tracks the customer journey on your website. Google Analytics will help you discover important information about your website visitors, like how did people find your site? What customers interact with what once they are on your website? What demographic groups visit your site the most? What channels drive the most traffic to your site? And what channels and actions drive the most conversions? Google Analytics can help you do better marketing throughout the entire customer journey. And specific to the purchase phase, Google Analytics provides insights into the actions impacting your conversions. It helps you identify customers ready to convert, and it lets you analyze your conversion process so you can get more people to complete the actions that are important to your business. To learn more about Google Analytics, you can visit g.co/analytics. So, do you already have a Google Analytics account connected to your site? Type in the chat 1 if yes and 2 if no.
We're on to the final phase of the customer journey, advocacy. As in the other phases, you can influence your customers' actions through focused marketing that sustains loyalty and encourages them to recommend you to others. All customers are not created equal. A customer who stays interested and engaged with your brand and continues shopping with you has a lot of value to your business. So, how do you create more of these types of customers? By providing more value to them, of course. You might do this through consistently excellent customer service, new products, as well as different programs and incentives. Ultimately, you want to keep your customers happy, engaged, and buying from you. Happy customers will often naturally tell others about their experiences, but you can also nudge them to do this with some focused marketing. You can identify customers who are ready for this phase based on the number of purchases they've made, how long they've been a customer, and if they're speaking out on social channels about your brand. Building this type of customer loyalty can be done a number of ways and relies on the entire customer experience being stellar up to this point. If they didn't have a good checkout experience, had trouble with a product and didn't get the help they needed, or felt ignored or unsatisfied with their experience or interactions, it would be hard to turn them into brand loyal advocates. At this phase, you want to focus on deepening your relationship with your customers, getting to know them, letting them get to know you, and keeping them happy and engaged. You can do this by staying in touch through whatever channels make sense for your business. Share content that's valuable to your paying customers, product tutorials, video guides, and new product launch info. Providing top notch customer service will positively impact customer loyalty. Think about these questions. Do they get the help they need? Are you providing all the answers to their questions? Do they feel great about their purchases and interactions with your brand? If you don't know the answer to these questions, it's time to get some feedback. Asking your customers how you're doing or what you can do better is highly valuable information for you and will let them know that their opinion matters. It will help you continually improve your offerings, services, and overall brand, which will also build customer loyalty because they'll know you're listening and you care. Lastly, think about how you can delight your customers in unexpected ways to further deepen your relationship and differentiate you from your competitors. A nice handwritten note is something that always stands out to me. Pictured on screen are Tracy and Danny inside their Wicked Good cupcake store. Have you been involved in a loyalty program? Type which ones in the chat. Once your customers feel taken care of, even delighted, they'll be even more open and encouraged to recommend your brand to people they know. This is so powerful because your current customers most likely associate with people within the same target market, making their friends and connections your next best customers. In fact, 92% of consumers trust word of mouth recommendations over any other type of marketing, and customers referred by other customers have a 37% retention rate. These are important reasons to not just focus on sustaining loyalty, but encouraging advocacy. Happy customers will naturally spread positive word of mouth. Of course, the opposite is also true, which is why you want to create an excellent customer service experience. You can help your customers spread the word by putting opportunities to advocate your brand in front of them. Start by asking your customers to leave you online reviews. Consider asking your customers for testimonials or permission to make their experience with you into a case study. You can also create referral programs that incentivize your customers to pass along messages and offers to their friends. Contests and social media sharing opportunities with prize incentives are also a great way to help them help you. Pictured on screen are chocolate cupcakes in jars. Encouraging customers to leave you a review on Google and interacting with them through your business profile is always a great way to start. Your happy customers become advocates for your business through the reviews they leave, which becomes a great way for new customers to learn about you in a way they trust. Responding to your reviews in a timely and professional manner shows customers that your business listens to feedback and can positively influence potential customers. Keep your replies short and sweet. You can use it as an opportunity to share more solutions and resources with your customers, or to just simply say thanks. You can definitely ask a customer to leave you a review. Just avoid offering incentives to do so. Your replies are simple but powerful, and they're a way to build loyalty and advocacy. This mobile screenshot shows a list of customer reviews as well as business response to one. Do you have a Google business profile? Type 1 for yes or 2 for no.
Now we've come to the end of the customer journey. And as you can see, there's a lot of marketing that you can do that will help you influence the customer journey and ensure potential customers are fully aware of you, considering you, purchasing something, and then becoming brand loyal advocates. Before we recap, let me know if you learned something new today or something that you think will help you better launch your business. One for yes in the chat, two for no. Customer focused marketing for awareness and consideration phases of the journey start by defining who your customers are and by creating a brand that speaks to them. You'll need to get your business online in order for your customers to reach you and to research you. So, spend some time listening to prospective customers and learning about them. That way, you can communicate effectively and deliver valuable content. All of this will help you develop strong relationships with your customers in hopes that they actually move into the next phases of the journey.
In the last two phases of the customer journey, your marketing is focused on converting your customers and turning them into brand loyal advocates. Not all of the people who show initial interest in your brand will move to these phases. So it's important to identify key actions someone in the consideration phase would take that would likely lead to a conversion. Then you want to identify those customers so you can share timely calls to action that pave the way to a purchase. You'll want to make sure the purchase process is streamlined and easy so you don't lose someone in the process. Once you've landed a customer, keep them happy and satisfied to build their customer loyalty. Implement programs and incentives to sustain their loyalty and encourage their advocacy among everyone they know. You can also create advocacy programs among people like employees and influencers. Ultimately, their advocacy will lead to more customers entering the awareness phase of the customer journey, keeping the pipeline filled. Thanks again for joining Grow with Google and Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated for the Launch Your Business with Customer Focused Marketing session. Please take a moment to scan the QR code to take a quick survey. Your feedback is greatly appreciated.